Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning,
Hello.
wherever you are in this world. How are you, Moira?
I'm not too bad, Heather. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome in and thank you for joining me again for another tarot reading. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Oh. Well, that was a great start to the readings, wasn't it?
Excellent.
Yes. Well, there doesn't seem to be anyone here. I don't know. Fluff's here, but I think she's just in the background. She hasn't said anything, but no one's here yet, which is really weird because normally we get quite a few people waiting. But that's all right. Do you know what I'm going to start with?
What's that?
Me.
Mhm.
I'll get a reading today. Why not?
Okay.
What does 24 have in store for Auntie Heather? Oh, there's Fairy Dragon. I'm putting everyone on the list. There was no one here when I started, so I thought I'd start with me. Why not?
Mhm.
I'm pretty in pink today.
All right. First up, Heather, is the Two of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
And this can be about rigid thinking and like patterns of thinking that are holding you back.
Yeah.
Then we have the Six of Swords. And this is about could be about dreams, but often about like envisioning your inner child and the journey that they've taken.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the Ace of Wands. So a beginning or an opportunity, something with a fiery energy that is entirely up to you to choose to act on. So already it looks like, something is going to be shaking up the status quo a bit. There's going to be, perhaps, memories or dreams or just something that, entering your mind that, hasn't been there for a long time or perhaps entirely new, that's going to really, really start to shake things up for you. Then we have the Nine of Wands. So 2 swords and 2 wands so far.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's about hard work, but also, feeling their hard work, feeling pretty worn out from it. And then we have the Tower. So this is the big shake-up card. This means, changes are coming.
Oh.
But I think it's kind of there as like a, because we've got that ace first, and the ace is going, hey, like, these are, there are these patterns and there are these, thoughts that are coming up and an opportunity. But then the Tower sort of like in the background, just saying like, like if you don't address this, then like it's going to get addressed for you.
Okay. That kind of sounds a bit ominous, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, that Tower card can be kind of, a lot.
Interesting. Interesting.
Let's go one more. Oh, okay, now we're looking a bit happier. The Four of Wands.
Oh, yellow was a happy color, isn't it?
It is. And this one's like all about like celebration and family and
Okay.
yeah. So, like maybe it isn't all like super serious, But it's just saying like you want to look at this like before it hits the fan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that sounds okay. I don't know how to react to that.
Yeah.
My head's spinning, and but anyway, never mind. Yeah, it's all good. I'll certainly bear it in mind this upcoming year.
Yeah.
Cool.
So when things start popping up that start challenging, how you think about things, just keep it in mind to, it's time to be proactive and
less stubborn.
Yeah.
I know I have a stubborn streak in me. So yes,
Mm-hmm.
I'll bear that in mind. Be less stubborn. Think outside the square. Cool. Thank you, Moira. We've just had a few people come in the meantime. Hello, Jeff from On the Road Australia. Hello, Fairy Dragon. Hello, Penelope. And I think that's it. I think the Fluff is there, maybe. I don't know. Fluff likes to watch from the background. So first up, we have Fairy Dragon. We'll start with Fairy. And if anyone would like to donate to Moira, Moira's PayPal link is pinned to the top of the chat. You don't have to, but it would be. Oh, yeah, there is. Fluff's not having a reading tonight. Yeah. Okay, then, Fluff, no worries. Thank you. And, no pressure, but if you'd like to, that would be lovely. I've got to do something as well. Okay, so Fairy Dragon is up first.
All right, first up we have Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is all about being led by emotion, by your connection to other people, and how things make you feel. Then we have the 10 of Wands. And this is about, the results of your efforts and what you're bringing home. But also it can represent like not knowing what the next step is. And then we have the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is all about like home and money and possessions and, all of our stuff. So just now it looks like we're looking about home and family. The Queen of Cups and the King of Pentacles, the efforts you're putting in. The Ace of Cups, an opportunity, a beginning of some sort in the realm of the heart, of the emotions. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. And this is about teamwork, working with others, a group of people working together to achieve a goal. So this suggests that people that you care about are going to be working together with you towards building on something that you've been working towards. Because we've got that 10 of Wands there, looking at, you know, all the hard work that you've put in. And now you're sort of bringing it to the point of having people contribute and collaborate with you. Okay, 10 of Pentacles. This is a card which is often about legacy, and, you know, like we've sort of got the older man in the foreground and then the younger couple in the arch. So it's sort of like the younger man is sort of stepping aside for the younger family. And I think that this is, you know, sometimes working on something and bringing other people into it, it becomes not entirely yours anymore. And I think that's going to be something that you're going to find. But having that card there, you know, it's not like it's just being taken out of your hands. It's like somebody else is going to carry the baton and really help things to grow and change in ways that, you know, could be really surprising and wonderful. So, because, yeah, that 10 of Pentacles, I mean, you know, there's, yeah, this card has a lot wrapped up in it. It's, you know, I mean, family and legacy and, you know, the way, you know, the sort of life that you want to have led. But there's also, you know, if you notice the way the pentacles are arranged, it matches with the Kabbalistic tree of life. So there's also some spiritual knowledge hidden in here about the paths we take. Which, you know, really suggests that, you know, there could be something really wonderful and surprising about opening your heart to, you know, collaborating and working with these people in your life. So good luck with that. It sounds really exciting.
Thank you, Moira. Thank you. The card that I have for you is, I think that's a bull. Looks like a bull or a bison or something like that. Innocent and vulnerable. Don't know if that applies to you, Fairy Dragon. I'm going to make an assumption it does. But the bull is also about strength and vitality. And I'm thinking it's actually got a lot of meanings, and I'm thinking what springs to mind is strength, mustering your strength rather than you know, utilizing what strength you have for in positive ways, and utilizing it when you need it, if that makes sense. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm feeling. Oh, I hope that resonates. Oh dear, thank you. Okay, next we have Penelope, if Penelope's still on. If Penelope's still here, let us know that you're here, and then we'll do Jeff. Oh, Penelope's there. She's laughing. Are you laughing at Fairy? I am totally innocent, but strong butterflies. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, Penelope's here. Let's go on to Penelope. Oh, not me. You don't want me. You want Moira.
Okay, first up is the Empress. And the Empress is all about comfort and sensuality and yeah, all the good things in life. Only character in the tarot deck to be sitting on a cushion. She knows all about how to feel good, how to enjoy life. Then we have the Seven of Cups. A bit of a weird one. Sort of looks like we've got, you know, somebody who is looking at all these strange options in the cup, in these cups, as if they're being asked to pick one. We've got, you know, snake, laurel wreath, castle, jewels, something glowing under a shroud, all sorts of, you know, power and wealth and then the Six of Pentacles. And this is a card which I think, you know, because my interpretation of this card depends on the reading. It depends on, you know, sort of which figure in this I focus on. But seeing as we're talking about comfort and wealth and riches and power, I'm focusing more on the central figure in the red, who seems to be giving to the less fortunate. So it looks like, you know, you are sort of assessing your gifts, and perhaps, you know, you're going to be the recipient of something special that's going to put you in a more comfortable position. Let's see. Okay, so the Five of Pentacles. And again, we're sort of looking at people who are less fortunate. People who, you know, wearing tattered clothes and crutches, and they seem to be out in the snow. And the Ace of Wands. So that opportunity, a beginning, but only something that comes about due to a force of will. So not an opportunity is something that arrives, but is something that is seized. And so again, it seems to be pointing to that reading that you're going to be finding yourself in a comfortable position. And, you know, and you will make yourself comfortable as well. You know, that Emperor's card, you know, isn't an austere figure. You know, she's, you know, wearing jewels and you know, looking quite royal. But there's also, you know, seeing how you can contribute to others. And that Ace is like, you know, seeing that pathway quite clearly as to what you can do. Page of Swords. So I think this is going to become, you know, not just like a once off, not just like, but it's also sort of this, the swords element sort of brings in an element of planning. So rather than just sending a donation, it's, okay, how can I be effective with this? Who can I talk with about it? And Yeah, so there's more of an element of planning rather than just like giving a donation. And the page itself, you know, is still like, you know, it's not the knight or the king. It's still sort of that, you know, there's still sort of the element of the student, that sort of, there's sort of a sense of beginning in the page. But this is going to be a beginner point, that you're going to find yourself in a position to help others, and you'll see an opportunity and start planning and start thinking about who to talk to and how to go about it, and what's going to be most effective. So good luck. That's wonderful.
Wow, that's an awesome reading for Penelope. I've actually got 2 cards for you, my dear. Grace elephants.
Not quite.
Elephants. Elegance, grace, and serenity. And you know, when I think of elegance or grace or serenity, what I see as being any of these or either of these, or you know, there's, you know, what makes you comfortable, you know, is different in people's eyes. You know, I might see a style of dress to me that is elegant, but to other people is ugly, or you know, or music that is elegant, and to others it's ugly, and other people might see that. So, because it was interesting, I really picked up on something that Moira said about you finding yourself, if I remember correctly, you'll find yourself in comfort. And I wonder if this card isn't pointing to that as well. But you've also got, and I had this earlier tonight too for a private reading, the big picture rise above, the pine trees, and it's got lots of symbolism. But in this instance, if we're sort of connecting it to Moira's reading, the pine tree is associated with purification, cleansing, as well as like your inner sight. You know, your inner, I guess, your third eye. Does that make sense? So I hope that helps. I hope that resonates. Thank you very much, Penelope. Duff, I'll do you. We will do you a reading. We're sort of a bit light on people at the moment, but that's okay. It's probably good because we can get through people faster. On the road, Australia is next. Jeff, are you still here? I'm really enjoying doing the research and the readings and seeing what I come up with and you know how it all fits in. I don't think there's ever been a reading where nothing has just fitted in properly. I think maybe once or twice something totally random comes up. I don't know.
But you know, like sometimes the things that don't fit, you know, you think don't fit, and then, you know, like my own readings, and I'll walk away and like 2 weeks later I'll go, oh, that's what that meant.
Yeah, yes.
So, you know, like even if, you know, you can't necessarily see the connection right away, doesn't mean there is one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely, for sure. Okay, Jeff is here. Let's move on to Jeffrey.
Okay, first up is the High Priestess. The High Priestess is about intuition, inner wisdom, and and the knowledge that can be unlocked when we are able to be guided by our intuition. The Six of Wands. This is a card where we see a figure who is being celebrated. They've got laurel wreaths, the sign of victory, and people have gathered to see them. So this is somebody who is being celebrated, like they are returning home after a great victory. And then we've got the Six of Pentacles come up again. So we've got this figure who is choosing to help the less fortunate. And yes, he's got his scales there. He's being very careful and measured, but choosing to help. So I'm picking up a similar theme to the previous reading, because we have this figure who is being celebrated and wearing laurel wreaths. But then also, you know, choosing to help less fortunate than themselves. So their elevation, they're choosing, is going to help other people. The High Priestess there. It almost feels a little bit secretive. Perhaps there's a cause that you're sort of secretly helping, or just like not, you know, not wanting to put yourself at the front of. And Queen of Cups. So the High Priestess represents intuition, and the Queen of Cups represents being led by the heart through your emotions. And then we have the Hierophant, just an old-fashioned word for Pope, essentially. But the Hierophant represents spiritual teachings, and can also represent tradition and spiritual leadership too. And three very powerful cards there with the Queen, High Priestess, and the Hierophant, that all seem to be guiding this sort of celebration and charity. It's something that is obviously very close to you, and like a cause that has touched you deeply, that you feel very moved by. And so there it touches, several aspects of you, both, the things that you feel, the things that you've learned, the things that you want to see. The Fool. Now, in tarot, the Fool, of course, isn't an idiot. The Fool is the eternal initiate, the person who steps into each new lesson in the tarot, regardless of, not knowing what the next step will bring, but just steps into it bravely and, just, with an open mind and open heart. I was thinking that this sort of represents like a beginning, or some sort of new approach to giving back, to using your influence to help. But also, and that's true. But also, just as I was thinking that, the Fool, I want to point out, is card number 0. And that's to represent that the Fool can't be defined by any particular number, because that would restrict their possibilities. The Fool stepped into all the possibilities. So be guided by what matters to you. Be guided by your beliefs, by what you've been taught, by what your heart says, by what your gut says, and then fully step into it. That's what the cards are asking you to do. To take all those lessons, everything you feel and know, and then just step in. So good luck with that.
Wow, that was fantastic. Oh, very, very good reading. Amazing. The card that I've got for you is passion, love, and friendship. And what gets me about the rose again has many, 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 many meanings, but it's one plant, it's one thing that grabs our attention and entices all, our senses, our sense of smell, our sense of sight, their longevity, their rejuvenation. They bloom and bloom again. We cut them back at winter, and they bloom. We can cut them back in summer, a small prune, and they continue to bloom. And so yes, continue to grow. Take a leaf out of the roses book. Cut back and then grow. I don't want to sound frivolous.
It's a bit of an old saying, and it sort of still survives in in some settings. Sub rosa, under the rose, means in secret.
Oh, under the rose, in secret. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is that an indication that that one should keep their secrets sometimes? There are some things that have to be kept silent.
Yeah, sometimes it's, at times it is best to keep things close to your chest.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I think that's a lesson for all of us sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, there's always a time to bring others in, but
But yes. Cool. I hope that resonates for you, Jeff. I want to say hello to Dee, has just joined us, and I think Pouts, Perfume and Panning is here. Hello. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Yeah. So next we have, in actual fact, Karen from Australia. Karen, doof paranormal. Karen from Australia is driving, but is listening. So we're not going to expect her to type, because I don't want Karen to type and drive at the same time and cause an accident, or even worse, get a fine, because we're the type There'll be a police car right behind, right at the time you don't want one. I don't know about
Tarot
you.
card would represent coppers.
Yes. Okay. So this one's for you, Karen, and I do have. I've got
Not a great
dyslexia.
strike rate. Okay. So the first up, Karen, is the Two of Pentacles. This is about balance, finding, trying to find a level, and often it can be about finding things that are trying to make things work together. And then we have the World. And the World brings this sort of bringing different things together to a whole new level. Because in the World, we have different spiritual teachings. We have symbols of multiple tarot cards that are coming together, like the Magician and the High Priestess. You see their wands there, but now two wands. In some cards, this figure is both male and female, so bringing together those dualities. So this is about, taking a lot of the lessons and the growth and bringing them together in a way that, isn't in competition with each other, but is like embodied. And then we have death. Of course, we know death is all about transformation. It's about, what creates room for new growth, new ideas, new opportunities. And I'm reminded of a phrase that my tarot teacher loved to say: when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. From that Pentacles, which almost seems like a juggling act, to the World, where it's like bringing together different teachings and different ideas and wisdom and bringing them together within yourself. And then the death, the transformation. It's like you've been integrating these different ideas and different lessons, and they're sort of been bubbling around and sort of this way, that way a little bit. And now it's sort of coming to the point where they can sort of open up something new. And I'm sort of thinking of the way this figure is in the middle of this large reef, and sort of the way it sort of opens up to create room for them to dance. Okay, Tower, don't be scared. I'm scared. So this is about things that need to come undone. So the round crown on the square tower was never going to work, and it needed to come down. And this can cause upheaval, obviously. But like the death card of transformation, it's necessary, because this brings about the change and the growth that we need to move forward. Two of Wands. Here we've got a figure who standing there gripping one of the wands. It looks like they've got a globe in their hand and they're looking out over the water. And you get a sense that they're reflecting on their achievements. And I sort of smiled to myself because as I sort of pulled this, like, I sort of had the sense of like somebody walking away from an explosion without looking back, like in movies. That was sort of the sense that I had. I do feel like you are going to create some big waves. You know, maybe, you know, maybe you decide that some people need a stick of dynamite under their chair and, you know, try, you know, start changing things up. Because that definitely feels like you reflecting, taking responsibility. Because, and this is all coming out of your own growth, your own realizations and embodying different lessons. Let's go one more. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. Wow, the World and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, and Death. This is a big year. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune, fate, destiny. Again, with the spiritual knowledge, if you notice, we've got sort of the same figures in the corners. The bird, the lion, the angel, human figure, the bull. So that's reflected again in those. This feels like a sense of your own power growing. It feels like the lesson, and you know, that kind of sounds a bit big-headed, but it isn't necessarily. It's like it's a true reflection of the growth that you've put in and the transformations that you've been through, and you know, and the changes that you are making, and that's sort of, you know, towards your own ascendancy. And that's, you know, not a prideful thing, just it just is. So it seems that this is your year, and you are putting all the pieces together and making big changes, and you're going to do amazing things. So all the best for it.
That is wonderful. What? That was a long reading. That was huge. That was absolutely
all
huge.
those major arcana. That was a whopper.
I know. That was just like, man. Are you still there, Karen? And I'm actually excited for this card for you. This is the Waning Gibbous Moon. Ground and Heal. I don't know if you can see that, but I love this card. And we've talked about this before. Time of release, time of gratitude, letting go of what no longer serves your purpose. You know, give thanks for all your learning and you know, and kill old habits and you know, learn from mistakes, all that sort of thing. And I think we've talked about this sort of thing before, just getting rid of your dead wood. I know we're talking about that a lot. So I'm glad I got that card for you. I don't even have to explain it. You know exactly what that's all about. I want to say hello to Colt, and thank you very much, Colt, for joining my membership. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you. I'm thrilled. I get excited when it makes me feel good when people become members. It really does. Yes, and it makes me feel excited when people come along to the tarot readings and the premieres and all that sort of thing. Yeah. I appreciate everyone. I love everyone. Esty agrees that was full on. And speaking of which, D's next. So we've got a reading for D now. And I'm going to do that.
Okay, D. Okay, first up is strength. And, we're really talking about inner strength rather than like control over others. We're talking about recognizing our own inner power. And then we have the 5 of Wands. And this looks a bit chaotic, but, to me it represents group dynamics and what it means to work together with a group. And, all the joys and challenges that can bring and all the different personalities it brings out. And then we have the Tower again. So this is about, a big shake-up of things. The stagnant being swept away, and the things that were never meant to stand are being destroyed to create way for the new. So what this is suggesting to me is recognizing your power, your own power, and working with other people to create big change. You're acknowledging that you can create change in the world and working with other people who are also acknowledging their own power. And together that can create some big changes. Four of Pentacles. This figure's always been a little strange to me. He's wearing a crown that sits on the edge of town and in this sort of strange position. And I think it says to me something of like, it feels a bit protective. Maybe he's putting himself in front of the town, and the pentacles are sort of acting as something of a protective amulet. I don't know. It's maybe like there's sort of an element of there's protection, guarding, maybe something of a protest. Nine of Wands. So the Wands again, and this one's representing a lot of hard work, reflecting on what's been created, but also feeling the exhaustion as well. So reflecting on all the effort that's been put in. So whatever this is that you're putting your strength towards is going to be something that you know, is going to take time and effort, is going to be something that protects other people, maybe without them even knowing about it. The Knight of Swords, bravery and conviction, being sure and decisive. And I feel that that's sort of showing sort of the energy that you will take when it is time to act and create change. So maybe you already know what this is that you want to do. Maybe you already know who this group of people is, or maybe it's just on the horizon, but you're going to be working with a group of people and you're going to be driven by strong conviction to create real change. And these cards are saying that that change is possible. So that's really exciting. Good luck.
Well, that was a bit epic too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They're all epic tonight.
Wow.
Mine was epic. Yep. Everyone's.
Yeah.
Now, I've got for you these. I don't know what sort of flowers they are. I must have a chat to Steph and find out exactly what she's taking sometimes. See if I can get something more specific. You've got Resurrection Unexpected. They're pink flowers. Pink is the theme. And like, you know, all those wonderful feelings, love, compassion. What else does pink represent? What else do flowers represent? Growth, rebirth, renewal, you know, all those wonderful things. Maybe something's coming up that's going to give you, you know, something wonderful. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know.
I mean, that kind of seems like a natural progression from the tower, you know, because the tower has to make way for the regeneration.
Absolutely. Oh, lilac. Yes, it could be. It could be. Yeah, for sure. Anyway, I hope that resonates for you. We have Tracy. Oh, and it just took me all that time to remember your name. Tracy from Palettes, Pouts, Perfume and Panning. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well. Tracy's next. And then we've got Colt. And I think, and Colt did send a message. What was Colt's message? Okay. Colt wants a reading. He'd be interested as to what she thinks as I'm a First Nations Navajo. Is it Navajo? Navajo. If I got that wrong, please correct me. But I'm Yep. Is that American or Canadian? Let me know. I don't want to get it wrong.
I think I know, but there's probably people out there who know better than me.
Yeah, I know. I hate it when I think I know something. And do you know, when I get people's genders wrong, right?
Yeah.
In a world of, you know, gender diversity, all I do is I freeze. I can't speak. I freeze. And then I just want the world to
wait for that black hole to open up. Yes,
it's like I just want to die. American, that's what I thought. I didn't want to make an assumption because I've made that mistake before. And I think I'm getting yelled at. Only joking, it's all good. Okay, who did I say was next? Tracy. Yes, let's do Tracy. Male and 52. Yeah.
Okay, first up, Tracy, we have the Five of Wands coming up again. And so group dynamics, working with other people, and all the joys and challenges that can bring. The different personalities it puts forward, the roles people fall into, and all of that juiciness. Then we have the Sun. And this card is the promise of all the good things in the deck, of growth and sunshine and joy and celebration and all that magical wonderfulness. My tarot teacher always said it was the happiest card in the deck. And then we have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles rules all sorts of earthly things like home and jobs and money and possessions. But where I prefer the Queen to the King, because if you look very closely, although the Pentacles is all about earth and growth, he looks quite overgrown and almost, stuck and stagnant. So it's almost like a warning of, to maintain a balance. So already we look like we've got those group dynamics and seems to be balancing these two energies, one of joy and celebration and growth, and the other of, yes, growth, but maybe like out of balance growth. Another lovely happy card. Six of Cups. And this is about, it's about nurturing, and often offering that nurturing to ourselves first, as well as to other people. It can often speak to like healing your inner child. But rather than like talking about, the hard work of that, this feels very joyous, of like meeting that inner child in a way that feels complete and whole. Hanged Man. You notice he's hanging by a foot, and he doesn't seem terribly disturbed either. In fact, he seems to have a bit of a halo, as if he's a holy man, perhaps, or receiving some sort of blessing. And this might represent somebody who is doing something in order to obtain wisdom, or somebody who is putting themselves through a challenge in order to change the way that they see the world. It's feeling more and more like those group dynamics are, like, I feel it is a group full of other people, but I also feel like it's also a group of different energies within yourself. As if like the people within the group are also representing different things to you, and how those parts show up within you. Queen of Cups, being led by the heart, being in touch with your emotions, but not being swept away by them either. The Queen of Cups is inviting a level of softness here, a level of self-compassion. These cards all represent a level of intense growth that's happening. You're learning about and challenging different parts of yourself in different ways and seeing them reflected in other people and seeing other people reflect you. But this Queen of Cups is saying, like, go easy. Remember that self-compassion. This is a blessing. Let's go one more. Okay, so 6 of Swords. And this one's about dreams, memories, and ideas. It sort of reflects the subconscious to me, but as you can see, the promise that we're moving from the rough water into the smooth water. So be gentle and go easy on yourself. But there's a lot of changes happening and a lot of growth all coming together.
Oh, I love that reading. I do. And the card that I have for you, and I love the card that I've got for you, and I've been getting these sorts of cards a lot. The Swan, grace, love, and beauty, purity, elegance. It can also mean change as well. The Swan, the story of the ugly duckling. But the Swan's also known to be quite vicious. Threats to family, children, they can become quite vicious. I wonder if that resonates. I think it resonates the most. When the home or family or children are threatened, I know I'd get quite vicious. So yeah.
Beauty, she is great. She will pick you in the face.
Yes. But the grace, and this is the like almost every card is about grace, beauty, love, pink, happiness, all those wonderful feelings, and it really warms my heart. There you go. Anyway, next, and I think last but not least is Colt. At the moment, a male, 52, Navajo, and he's interested to hear what you have to say. Yay. And a member, thank you so much, Colt. Thank you, Fluff. And any other members? And D.
Okay, first up, Colt, is the 10 of Swords. And as you might guess, this card is about grief. And, I don't know a lot of American history, but if it reflects anything like Australia's Indigenous people, then there's a lot of grief that is connected to being Indigenous. And, acknowledging how much has been lost. Then we have the 7 of Pentacles. And Pentacles represent earth and possessions, the things that we make and grow. And we've got a figure here who is just taking a moment to reflect and appreciate what is being built, what is being created there. And then we have the Page of Cups. The pages are often about learning or approaching something with a curious mind. And with cups, we have the element of water and emotion. And so we have that sort of softness and opening the heart to learn something new, to approach something as a beginner. The Eight of Swords. We have this figure here who is on uneven ground and is blindfolded and tired and is unsure of which way to go, what is safe. So there's a sense of feeling very restricted and a lot of uncertainty. Swords again, we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords leads with intellect, decisiveness, conviction. They may not always be perfect, but they are led by those values. These cards suggest that you're getting in touch with your heritage and your culture, learning about all the things that happened and are still happening, but also looking at what has been preserved and what is now just beginning to grow, and definitely looking at the values, the ways of moving through the world that learning from that can bring. Ace of Wands. So this is an opportunity, something new. And the ace, being a wand, it's, it will come about by your willpower. It's not something that's, just going to come. It's something that you will see an opportunity and go with it. So whether that's, connections you make or some learning that you start on or some project that you undertake that's going to spring out of your learnings and the new connections that you make. But there's something there that you will see an opportunity and think, I'm going to do this. I can do this. And that card is saying that you can. The opportunity is there, and it's entirely up to you to take it. So all the best for that.
Thank you, Moira. That was magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. The card that I have for you is the Sunrise card, beginnings, growth, and creation. The sunrise is a chance to start again, to start a new day on a new note, all fresh, with a clean slate, and encourages a person to use the morning energy to power up that new beginning. So I don't know if that resonates with you or how that resonates with you, if it does, but I hope it does. I'll let you interpret that any way you wish. Oh, there you go. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone. It's been an absolute pleasure to do these readings for you yet again. Again, if anyone would like to buy Moira a coffee, there is a direct link to Moira's PayPal pinned at the top of this chat. Obviously, there's no... Oh, what am I thinking? There's no expectations.
Yeah.
A donation would be very much appreciated. I must be tired. I can't think of a word. A word, yes. Love sunrise. Is always up with the sun. Glad to have the chance for you. Absolutely. A new day. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I don't know, mornings thrill me too. I think the mere fact that I'm waking up. I've got the fact that I'm 52 and I've got a new day to live. I think.
Yeah, I mean, there is still something about a little magical about sunrises and sunsets. Being there to greet them, it's like something a little bit special.
Yeah. Yes, that's amazing. Anyway, is there anybody we've missed out? 45. We've technically got 17 minutes left. I am putting the live streams on members only, subscribers only mode for at least an hour. That stops just random people from popping in and taking the spots of our regulars.
Well, it means you can get to people, regulars first.
Absolutely. And it's really hard because, Moira and I aren't always able to do the second Tuesday of every month. Yeah. So sometimes
we try to keep it regular, but it doesn't always work that way. But
yes. We do get it. I don't think we've ever missed a month yet, but I mean, sometimes we've postponed it 4 times or 5 times and done the month in the next month. Oh dear. Yes. Thank you, Fluff, for moderating. You've been amazing. Thank you, Moira, for doing the readings with me.
Thank you. And thank you, everybody.
No worries. Okay, well, yes, I'm going to see you on the weekend. I've got a couple of exciting live streams that are going to happen. I don't know when, because it's going to be all unpredictable and random. There's no plan. I'm going away. Anything could happen, but I'm going away for the weekend with someone special. Well, with 2 special people, actually. So I'll probably do a members only and a general pop live stream during that weekend. I'm excited, but I can't set it up because I don't know when anything's going to happen. So be aware.
Placeholder for something.
Yes, be aware that there's going to be a live stream or a couple.
Yeah.
More. It's going to be exploring. It's going to be chilling. I think there'll be wine involved. Well, I hope there'll be wine involved. Food, paranormal. Yes. So it's going to be a weekend. And the following weekend after that, I will be in Melbourne. I've had to take 2 weekends off in a row.
Oh,
for you lot. Nice. Okay then, everyone. Have a wonderful night. Remember, keep smiling. Make everyone wonder what you've been up to. And I'll see you on the weekend. Bye.
Bye.